Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fall River Media News. Uh, Today I'm just coming on and you know, and you know, talk about a few things that are really happening around across the country, and actually around across of the Massachusetts. Yeah, well, there's been several calls last night. I mean, actually, it was basically, horrible. You know what I'm saying? For the last couple of days, and how people are treating people, on the street. How people are treating people on the street, and actually, and everywhere else. Uh, you know, um, Today I was just out. In the Today I was just out, and I kind of like saw, a car run through the red light down on Bedford and Robeson Street when I was sitting at the what do you call it? There at the lights, you know, and it's actually total. It's actually total ridiculous, you know. Some people just don't, have any morals or respect of anybody. You know what I'm saying? Regardless where you are, or you know what I'm saying. No respect for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So none at all. And I just kind of like really, um, you know, um, wanted to actually say that. You know. Well, and I was just reading up on some things about Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone. I know I am not the most famous person in the world, but I know I am famous someone's heart, and that is all what I wanted. I hope I am famous on someone's heart. I need a big yes from my fans. Well, Sylvester Stallone, I remember, Sylvester Stallone. He was, I don't know if anybody remembered. He took on Apollo Creed. He went the distance with him. That was actually good. I mean, going a distance with him. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? So, Rocky Balboa, is a famous boxer, Golden Gloves. Back in way a long time ago. And I also remember Adrian. So Adrian, I do remember. So I remember Adrian. So Adrian was his wife. I remember, I remember when he met I remember when he first met his wife, you know, and you know, and I met the brother-in-law, the crazy brother-in-law. I forgot his name. So and I tell you though, Rocky came from a hard life too. You know what I'm saying? With his father, his family too as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, and uh, come out to show people, and treat people the way, how the way people want to. Some people want to be treated. It's not how hard you can get hit; it's how you can take it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what Rocky Balboa always described, to his son. You know what I'm saying? It's not how hard you can get hit; it's how you can take the hit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's how Rocky Balboa was. And I remember also uh, when Rocky took on the the when Rocky Balboa took on Mr. T. You know what I'm saying? Mr. T. Uh, you know, uh, I remember Mr. T coming at his event when Rocky Balboa had put up the statue. Okay, a statue of his. And a statue of his, and Mr. T came over. Challenged Rocky Balboa into a rematch, and so Adrian said that my wife, my husband is going to retire. And because that's what Rocky wanted to do. Rocky Balboa wanted to retire. So that that didn't end well. You know what I'm saying? And what he did was he said something to Adrian where Rocky got mad and got upset and stuff. And Mr. T said, "Well, why don't you come over to my place?" You know what I'm saying? To Rocky's wife. And that's when Rocky Balboa turned around and said, "All right, okay, wow, okay, now you want to challenge? You got it." You know what I'm saying? And so I remember the coach that trained Rocky Balboa in the first episode, and I remember that. You know, I mean, it was. It was quite a few. Uh, uh, it was actually quite a few. Uh, that was actually, I think it was the first or the second one, maybe the third one, and and so the fight happened with Mr. T at that point. And I also well and when Apollo was in the ring, Apollo was announced. They was on Rock. Went over to Mr. T, looked at Mr. T, and Mr. T called Apollo a chump. You know what I'm saying? Which is names ain't gonna hurt. But anyways, and when and yeah, he went over and Mr. T went over and pushed he went Apollo Creed went over and pushed what do you call it and then Rocky says, yeah, well, you need to stay cool. I thought we were cool, you know what I'm saying? So then the fight started, and then when Rocky was coming out, and when Rocky was coming out, I guess the Rocky, his former coach, died of a heart attack during that, and Rocky lost that fight against Mr. T, and so later on, later on, what happened was in that episode of Rocky, then it was Apollo. Apollo was training Rocky, for a rematch with Mr. T, so he can get his championship belt back. And Rocky at the first time he wasn't with it. So as the time went on, the day went on, Rocky, started, pushing himself a little bit, pushing himself, and then finally, then the match happened with Rocky. Then the match happened, and then that's when Rocky won the World Heavyweight Champion, back, with won it back from Mr. T. So then he had the other guy too. There, I'm trying to think of his name. Uh, you know, um, he lived with Rocky for a little bit. He lived with Rocky for a little bit. Because he kept on bugging him. Look, you had the shot. Okay, let me have a shot. Let me, and he always said that, I'm like you. I'm saying, I want to be like you, Rocky. So Rocky says, okay. So Rocky, took him into, his house, and Rocky took him into his house, and Rocky, was helping him, training him, and then all of a sudden, things started happening. So, and then later, I'm tired of being your puppet. I'm not your puppet, and this and that, and and then also there was a big huge fight in the there was a big huge fight, street fight, and apparently the former champion lost. So which is though I like you know I like Rocky Balboa. I like you know I like Rocky Balboa. So I mean, I think Rocky Balboa is really great. You know what I'm saying? So I like Rocky Balboa. No, Rocky Balboa is great. You know what I'm saying? I like to. I always. So I mean, Rocky Balboa is great. Yes, he is. Rocky Balboa is great. That's why I always like to watch it. Same thing with wrestling. The WWE World Wrestling Federation. I remember it was on Monday. Not on Monday. I remember it used to come on Saturday, and me and my dad, we used to watch it on a Sunday, on a Saturday night when there was no school. Saturday mornings. Yeah, no. Yeah, it was Saturday mornings. Wrestling was WWE was Saturday mornings. Then they, switched it to basically. They switched it over to. Uh, s- uh, they switched it over to uh, Saturday night, Monday Night Raw. Oh, it was tremendous. Okay, it was. You know, it was actually pretty good, and I kind of love it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, I do. So I kind of love it. You know, and Monday. Then it went over to Monday Night Raw, and then I remember Tony Greer, Rick Martel, Bob Backlund, Andre the Giant. I remember all these people that wrestled, and still remember the ones uh, that are wrestling now, like Mysterio. Mysterio's wrestling now, of course. You know what I'm saying, I mean, it's actually it's pretty much pretty good. You know, so it's actually pretty good, and you know, and so but uh, those days are pretty much gone. And so we all miss those days on wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling is the one of the best things in the world to watch today. You know what I'm saying? And Bob Orton, um, Bob Orton, yeah, and then it was the American Dream, Dusty Rose. I mean, look at all these things. I mean, if you look back on all these boxing with Stallone and wrestling. I mean, let me tell you, okay. I mean, I could bring back the '60s. I can bring back the '70s. I can actually bring back the '80s. The times that the times that we had. You know what I'm saying, during those times. I mean, it was. Let's put it this way, okay. It was actually off. It was actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Remembering uh, remembering the wrestling coming down to remembering wrestling coming down to today. I'm not really feeling well today. I just try to see myself right now. Um, so today, you know, uh, it's down at Bank Street Armory. I mean, the Bank Street Armory. Remember the wrestling went there. We had boxing matches there. We had, we had, yeah, especially basically everywhere that we had. Okay. We also had, let's see. We also had, let's see here. We had matches. Well, we still have matches at Pierre Yo. We still have boxing. In that era, we still have boxing up there. We had all these things. You know what I'm saying? We have all these things still. You know what I'm saying? There is wrestling at the Pierre Yo over there, and let me tell you something. There is a lot. Okay, and something, and we still have a lot to do here. Okay, we still have a lot to do here. Okay, and I mean sometimes I don't only talk about politics. I talk about other things and wrestling and sometimes the movies that we used to watch when we were kids growing up. I mean, yeah, I mean it's basically it's awesome. So this is my therapy right here. So you have people like the back then. People never talk about the trolley cars that we had back then. People never, never talked about anything. Today I'm going to go on Truth Social and I'm going to ramble off on some things here, because I think it's. Let's see here. Let me see what they got here. Huh. Oh, the Catholic priest establishment is to death in Nuremberg Church. Arrested maid. Wow. Catholic priest stabbed to death in a Newsbreak Church. Wow, my God. Jeez. Do you plan to vote for Donald Trump in 2024 election? Yes, I am planning to vote for Donald Trump in 2024 election. The investing news and disasters for Joe. Breaking news: MSNBC Garner losing its that I call out the Taylor Swift op. America First is legal. Opposed for deals in agenda. America First legal. Exposed the deal and agenda. Expose the deal and agenda. I wonder if what gender we have here. So Catholic priest stabbed to death in a near break church arrest made. Yeah, well, yeah. See, I mean, this is what people don't hear. You know what I'm saying so. I mean, yesterday I had a space on X with the Alex Jones, Elliot Musk, Tat brothers, and bunch of large influencers. They talked for hours and said some amazing things. Wow. However, Monica Raman was forgot to mute the mic, and while taking a PISS, a that all everyone is talking about today. Wow. Left the mic on like that. Wow, that's some crazy that's some crazy baloney. That wow. Oh, super. So it is. Just made a first batch of coffee in my new dimension coffee maker is in the morning. Do not know what I am going to do. What 393.812 cups of coffee thought. Wow, crazy. Uh, I mean it. This is exclusive. Let me see this here. Wow. Breaking news. Biden will host Ukraine President Zelensky at the White House on Tuesday. Lewinsky is going to the White House and speak to Mr. Hunky Joe, claiming 70% discounts. Patriotic Trump 2024 hat. Yes. Reed Cooper. Donald Trump is the rightful person on the air. So, yeah. Biden administration somehow ignores years of legal defense bill suspended by Navy recruiting programs that breaking news Christmas gifts in 2023. Well, yeah, Trump and Biden tells that I am extreme mega. You know what I am. I am extreme in my desire to make America great again. That's what it is. I'm in desire to make America great again. Ha! See that? Booyah! It's going. Okay. About having dinner with the true American president. Have dinner with the true American president would be Donald J. Trump. Have dinner with him. He's great. The IRS whistleblower received credit for Hunter Biden's tax indictment. Wow. Tax indictment. Okay. Received tax indictment. Wow. Woo, baby. Yeah. Harvard President Gay apologized week standing on. I don't know. Got a lot of stuff here going on here. You know, I mean, you know, got a lot of races going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, got a lot of races going on. Got a lot of police brutality going on. You know, in some states, you also have a lot of yeah, you do. I mean, you know, yeah. Oh Jesus, liberals don't want to wear this hat. Woo! Appeal court reinstated Trump gag order. Wow, on January 6th. Why did he do that for? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is probably all CNN nonsense and CNN crap. You know, January 6th. Reinstated his gag order. No, I mean, this is like ridiculous already. You know, Elon Musk, Hunter Biden blasted false misinformation accusations. Wow. Woman arrested for alleged attempt to burn down Martin Luther King Jr.'s Atlanta birth home. Wow, my God. Holy mackerel. This is like so crazy. Damn. Oof. This is horrible, man. IRS whistleblower said the investigation of Joe Biden has part in a normal investigation as you see financial transactions between son and father and email correspondence and going back and forth and text messages. Whoa. All right, see, the truth is coming out. Europe is conservative leaders slams EU lax immigration policies at identity and democracy rally. Wow. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff, man. Oh my God, crazy stuff going on. Oh, the alley cat. Oh. I won't mention any names. Today's podcast, free speech rumble. See it soon. Wow, a lot of free speech rumble. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, going on here, man. So breaking news: Biden administration is purchasing Russia's oil through international for the U.S. military operations in Middle East. Imagine that. Okay, imagine that. Breaking news: UN climate is conference by the COP28 now calling for the world government to work with the decrease meat consumption, something like that. Boy, the way these people write, oh my God, these words, sometimes you can't understand them. I mean, the tide shift is on the Regum. Breaking news, the tide shifting on the Regum. Owned by Shore Royal, released Hunter indicted again. Trump's case falls in apart. Oh. Yeah, well, because look at it all. Drug cartels, terrorists, and violent criminals are flooding into our country at the enormous rate due to the Biden administration weak border policies. Enough is enough. Fight back. Sign a petition demanding secure borders now. So yeah, well, we all have to fight back to secure our borders. That's what we need. Hunter Biden spends $872K on hookers, porn, and sex clubs membership. Damn! Holy crap! Oh my God! Oh, I didn't just see this. Hunter Biden spends $872K on hookers, porn, sex club membership. Oh my God! Oh God, help me! I want to laugh at this. Oh, oh my God! Oh shit! Dramatic when Joe Biden cuts a deal overseas and Hunter gets paid and 10% goes to the big guy. Well, 10% goes to the big guy. Everybody knows the big guy is the president, is Joe Biden. He is the big guy. We all know what's going on with that. They keep charging Hunter with tax crimes to try deflecting from his extortion, bribery, and treason. That's what's on agenda. Extortion, bribery, and treason. Come on. Who the heck does that, man? Now, whew. So Hunter Biden should have claimed office expecting deductions for strippers. Man, he can file tax. Oh God. Drug cartels, terrorists, and violent criminals are flooding into our country. Criminals are flooding into our country at the rate due to the Biden administration weak border policies. Wow, cool. If the 2024 election was held today, would you vote for Donald Trump? Oh, absolutely. I'd vote for Donald Trump anytime just to get rid of Biden. Yeah. A former First Lady, Melania Trump, leaped into her husband's lap. Stop wearing layers on Newsbreak hoodies 3.0. Yeah. Should Pelosi be held in a force of testifying about this? How's the Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan usually major? I gotta like Jim Jordan, man. Oh my God, he's wonderful, man. He's, you know something. He's right out there, man. You know something. He's right out there. If you don't have nothing to say, then don't say it. But Jim Jordan, he's got something to say, and he's saying it. They just to pretend that they have inquiry justice they can illegally get Trump. Oh, why should they? Trump didn't even do nothing wrong. So he didn't do nothing wrong. Trump didn't. You know what I'm saying? Trump had nothing to do with January 6th. Trump had nothing to do what was going on. All he was doing is that, and everybody knew, okay, in the 2020 election that they cheated, okay? Everybody knew this, okay? But you know something is the actual, okay? Wait 1 minute. Is the actual they don't want to say that they cheated? They don't want to say that, right? I mean, let's do it this way, okay? When you're a cheater, okay, you're always going to cheat, right? Whether if you're a politician or you're somebody's husband and wife, I mean, there'll always be a cheater, okay? Of course, you know what I'm saying? There's no simple fact about that, okay? So, Hunter Biden is facing new indictments in California. Why is he facing new indictments in California? You know why? Because child support and all these things that that's going on. It's all catching up to him, and the Biden administration is in a lock with that. So I mean, look at Hunter Biden is facing new indictments in California. You know why? Because right now, okay, everything that's going on here right now, every single politician, okay, from the Democratic, okay, they're all even the FBI, okay, even the FBI director, the FBI, they're all being investigated because you want to know why? Because of all the damn dumb shit that they do and they pull. Okay? So, I mean, sometimes you can't, sometimes you can't trust anybody, okay? Whether you're in politics, wherever you are, I don't care, okay? If you're out in the community somewhere, I mean, there's some people you can trust, but there's not many people in the world here and that you can't trust. Sometimes even in other places, you know what I'm saying? If you have a job, if you have a job and you work in a workplace, you can't really trust much people in there either. So I mean, you can't. But it is what it is. So I mean, it's people do all this right here. So I mean, So it is what it is. So just so we're clear, some experts witnesses by actually using by the Attorney General's office in the case against Exxon. Trump's civil fraud trial experts witnesses trash New York City Absol case in court. Bloomberg. So see that? No, it is. I mean, it's so. I mean, it is. It's crazy. Prison. It means, but they want us all silent and lock us up. Do you know? So prison. See, they don't want us to have freedom. Okay, they don't want us to have the freedom. Okay, you know why they don't want us to have the freedom? Because guess what? You know something? You know why? So that way they can do whatever they want with us. Okay, so I mean, they don't want us to have rallies outside of. They don't want us to have rallies outside of outside on corners. They don't presentations. They don't want us to have that because you want to know why? So that way these politicians, okay, can have fully control of everybody. Okay, fully control of everyone. You want to know why? Huh? You really want to know why? What fully control means? They want us to have control of everyone. Okay? Every single person, they want control. Okay? They don't want us to have rallies outside. Okay? They don't want us to do that stuff outside. Because you want to know why? Because they want to have fully fucking control of us. Okay? And that's what they're looking for. Okay? They're looking for fully control of us. Okay? And you know something? And it's pretty sad, okay, that they want these control, okay? They want these control, okay? And they're mad because the American people, okay, are standing by and fighting back against the Democratic committee, okay? You know what I'm saying? You know what? I mean, we're fighting back against that so we can have the bloody freedom that we deserve, okay? You know, food prices are going up. I've seen it, okay? I've seen food prices go sky high, okay? You know something? The food prices need to go down, okay? All right? Inflation is supposed to be going down. Let me look up inflation, okay? Because somebody told me that inflation was going down. Siri, inflation.
Here's what I found.
Okay. I'm gonna look this up right now because no way I think it's the article about is raising general prices and levels by expansion for early universal and to see inflations and crumbling inflation. Let me see, what is inflation? The economic inflation is a general increase in prices of goods and service and an economy of this usually massive using the customer's price index PCI when the general prices are level raised each unit currently buys a few goods to serve. Consequently, inflation and correspondence to a reductions in a purchasing power for money. The opposite GPI inflation. Inflation is decrease in the general price levels of goods services for common measures of inflation in the inflation rate is the analyzed purchasing percentage change in general prices. Prices face of household do not all increase of some rates and customer price. So, I mean, in the UK, okay, in the UK and US monthly inflation rates are in January 1989 to the percent of change. Inflations are widely terabits fluctuations, real damage for goods and services, also known as demand shock, including changes, physical or monetary policies change, and enable supplies such as during emergency crisis, also known as supply shock, change, inflation, expectations, which may be self-fulfilling, moderated, positive, and negative ways. Negative effects could include an increase in opportunity costs, holding money uncertainly over the future, inflation, which may discourage investments and savings, and inflation where wrapped enough shortages of goods as consumer beginning hoarding out of concerns that prices will increase in the future. Positive effects included reducing unemployment due to normal wages, allowing the central banks greater freedom in carrying out monetary policies, encouraging loans and investments instead of money hoarding, and avoiding the infrastructurally associates with deflation. Today's most economics favors as low as starting rates of inflation, as opposed to zero negative inflation, reduce positive probability of economic decisions by enabling the labor market and just more quickly downturn and reducing the risk. Wow, crazy, damn. Yeah, I know. I see you. I see you around there, James. I see you watching, buddy. Yeah, just trying to get rid of my coal and everything that I have. Just trying to get rid of it. Yeah. Well, yeah. You can't thank Liz Truss for the inflation in the UK, and one of the worst prime ministers that British history. Inflation right now in the US is around 3.2%, but stuff is still expensive right now, while supplies and slowly catching up with the demands. Yeah. So how we so I mean how we catching up with demands? I don't know. People believing that we catch up in uh, terminology. Let's look at terminology. The terms of originates from the Latin inflare, to blow into, the inflate. Conceptually, inflation refer to the general trends of prices not changing in the specific price. For example, of people who choose to buy more cucumbers than tomatoes, and cucumbers consequently become more expensive and tomatoes less expensive. These changes are not related to inflation. These are reflect a shift in tactics. Inflation to related to the value of currency in itself. When currency was like with gold if new gold deposits were found in the price of gold and the valuable currency would fall and consequently prices of all other goods would become higher. Wow, that is crazy. Classical economic. Whoa, I never saw this one before. Classical economic by the 19th century economic categories. Three separated factors that cause a raise or fall in the price of good. A change in the value of production costs of the goods and change in the price of money, which then was usually a fluctuation in the commodity price of the metallic contents in the currency and currency depreciation resulting from any increase in supplies of a courtesy relative to the quality of redemptible metal backing currency following the prohibition of private banknotes currency print during the American Civil War. The terms of inflation started to appear on direct reference to the currency depreciation that occurred as the redeemable banknotes outstripped the quality of metal available for these redemptions at the time. The terms of inflation refers to the devaluation to currency and not to a raise of price of goods. A relationship between the oversupplies of banknotes and resulting in the reduction in their values. And Human and David Rigdo, who would go and examine the debates and effect this currency has on a price of goods. Wow, my God. Holy mackerel. Wow. Related concepts and other economic concept related to inflation, including inflation is fall in the general price levels of deflation, decrease of in the rate of inflation, hamper inflation, and out of control. Well, yeah, I mean, look at we got some of this inflation, okay, that we have. Yes, people say it's going down. I know one person showed me a number that inflation's going down, but I believe inflation is still probably at the let's see here. Let me take a look at this. Okay, Siri, what is the numbers of inflation?
Here's what I found.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Okay, inflation rates. Oh boy, these things here. Consumer price index. Let's see here. In the U.S., inflation rates and the percentage which chosen uh, basket of goods and a service of purchase in the U.S. increased price over a year. Inflation is one of the metrics used by the U.S. Federal Reserve to gauge economy and maybe making changes to monetary policies of inflation is not within that range. Notable times for inflation was the early 1980s. During the recession, of inflation rate went high as 14.93%, caused the Federal Reserve, led by Paul Volcker, to take dramatic action. Yeah, I remember that. Last variable was 3.25%. Last prior on October of 2023. Last update was November 2023 at 08.0834. The new release. Well, let me see here. The new release was in December 12th, 2023 at 8:30. A long-term average of 3.28%, average of growth rate of 9. It was in a negative 9.88%. Variable last month change from last month was, let me see, value for last month was 3.70%. Then the change from last month went to negative 12.40%. It changed from 1 year, negative 58.15%. Unit percentage adjustments, download source files. I'm just trying to pick it out. It's around 3.2 or 3.7. That's what the numbers are in 2023. Now you can look it up. Look this up. Okay. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. What's up, my? Nah. Wow. Silver Bullet. What's happening? What's happening there, Silver Bullet? Just on here and trying to look up. Because this there's a lot. Sponsors, financial context. I mean, I'm just looking up things, just looking back on, what yeah, I'm doing okay, Silver Bullet. But thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. I try to get back on. I try to get on as much as I can. I woke up this morning, wasn't feeling well. So and I'm still not, but I'm trying to shake it off. Try to drink some fluids. I'm trying to do all these things. You know what I'm saying? And it just sometimes you just can't. Just pray for me. That's all you have to do, Silver Bullet. And and pray that I get better, because hey, a little bit of that, what I'm saying, will actually help me out a little bit. Because my son was sick. You know what I'm saying? And when I was at the hospital, I might have I picked up something. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I picked up a cold in the waiting room. People coughing all over the place. They threw their mask and everything, and I might have, I don't know, but I had actually had mine on. So I actually had mine on. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, and people coughing all over the place, people throwing up, everywhere. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and people are getting sick. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, and today I went over to St. Anne's, and they were actually packed over there. You know what I'm saying? I was, my head is, pounding. You know what I'm saying? You know, some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's horrible. You know what I'm saying? People getting sick left and right. But it's. I hope it gets better. We all. I hope we all get better soon. You know what I'm saying? It's young, old, middle aged, 70, 80 years old. People do get sick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm 57 years old. You know what I'm saying? And if I get sick, it's hard for me to heal. You know what I'm saying? I can't heal. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, Sometimes it'll take like 2 or 3 days to heal, but I mean, I believe it's probably not that bad. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, um, so I'm trying to like really shake it off. You know, um, drinking fluids will drinking fluids will basically help. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A lot of fluids, a lot of everything. Uh, Kind of like really gotta, then it's like you get a big, massive head, my migraine headache. You know what I'm saying? Big migraine headache. But I won't say who that was from. You know what I'm saying? So I won't. I will keep that to myself because I will. You know, but like I said, let's hope. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It is. And I want to thank James for coming on, and James, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. And I've always told you, I'm saying, you're more than welcome on my show. You know what I'm saying? You're more than welcome on my show, and if you ever think, don't ever think that you can't discuss politics with me. You know what I'm saying? But you can. You know what I'm saying? And I think you know, just because sometimes we don't agree on certain things, we have to talk these things out. You know what I'm saying? Because I know sometimes I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like liberals, that don't like Democrats. I mean, that don't like. But hey, you know what? And always I believe that we're all in this together. You know what I'm saying? And we're stuck. You know what I'm saying? So we're stuck in the middle of everything. Okay, Republicans, independents, on a roll, um, Democrats. We're all stuck. We're all stuck. Okay, we're stuck in the middle. Okay, and sometimes the government. Okay, this is what the government wants to do. Okay, sometimes the government wants us to argue among each other. Okay, the differences. But you know what? Like I said, and I've told many liberals, and I've told many Democratic ones out there. I said, look, I said, hey, you know what? You have your belief, I have my beliefs, okay? But you know what? But we can all still remain friends, okay? In between, okay? We don't have to argue about uh, about who's gonna vote for who, and hey, if you want to vote for Joe, you go vote for Joe. If I want to vote for Trump, I'm gonna vote for Trump. Okay. If you want to vote for Bernie, you go vote for Bernie. If you want to vote for Ron DeSantis, go vote for Ron DeSantis. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you, okay, and in a general way, that I'm gonna vote for Trump because know why? Because I like him as a president of the United States. Same goes for the liberals and the Democrats. If you like Joe, then you vote for Joe. Okay. If you like Bernie Sanders, then you vote for Bernie Sanders. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna get into a pissing contest because somebody likes a different party than I do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna get in a pissing contest with that. Okay. I'm 57 years old. I'm not gonna get into that conflict. Okay. I just let people know who I vote for, okay, and who I stand for. You know, I'm not gonna argue with anybody. Okay. I'm not gonna say, hey, don't vote for Joe, okay, or don't vote for Bernie Sanders. I'm not gonna tell you that, okay. You know something? Freedom of democracy, okay, that's why it's in the Constitution, okay. Yeah, whoever you vote for, you vote for. Okay, I mean, because you know, when I'm out there, okay, when I'm out there, okay, all I hear, okay, who are you voting for? As soon as I say Trump, people flip out. Okay, people flip their lid. Okay, and they say, hey, you know something, you know, hey, if I say I'm going to vote for Trump, I am going to vote for him. Okay. But if you vote for Biden, you vote for Biden. If you want to vote for Bernie Sanders, vote for Bernie Sanders. You know what I'm saying? You vote for whoever you think. You vote for who you think is going to be the best president of the United States. Okay. No one, okay, in the world, okay, should be arguing who they're going to vote for. Okay. No one. Okay. You know why? Because you know what? Because it's stupid. Okay. It's stupid and it's dumb to sit and argue who's right and who's wrong. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But I can tell you from experience who's right and who's wrong. Okay, I can tell you from experience. I mean, that's just Hey, I've been in politics for a very long time, ever since I was 10 years old. Okay, and you know something? I mean, I watched every step of the way who was winning, who was losing, who was an ass, and who was not. Okay? I watched one president who did a good job, who didn't do a good job. Okay? I'm not gonna if that's I'm not gonna argue over anything. Okay? Because you know what? Because this is what the government wants. Okay? Let me take these off. I'm not looking at them now. Okay? Alright, so this is what the government wants, okay? The government wants everyone to argue against each other, okay? Okay, they want us to fight. And you know something? And you know what? While they're over there arguing themselves over here, and they're not paying attention to us, okay? The government's not really paying attention to us, okay? Either way, they're laughing at us. Okay, hey, look at these idiots. Okay, between the Democrats and the Republicans, they're fighting back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And who's gonna do what, and who's gonna do this, and who's gonna do that, and who's gonna win, who they're gonna support. Look, you know something? Everyone, okay, should put their differences aside, okay, and say, hey, look, I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump, whether you like it or not. Okay. Okay, that's my business. Okay? You're going to vote for who you want, you're going to vote for who you want, right? That's your business. Okay? Yes. Hey, we criticize both sides. Okay? The Republicans criticize Donald Trump, and the Democrats can criticize Donald Trump. The Republicans criticizes Joe, okay? So, either way, okay, criticism is in there. Okay? And you know something? You know why we criticize politicians? You know why? Because you know why? Because a president, a mayor, a city councilor can never get anything right. Okay? That's why we criticize. Okay? That's why we criticize, because they can't get anything right. Okay? Even a state representative, they can't get nothing right. Okay? That's why we criticize. So, I mean, look at it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, both sides, whether if you're a Democrat or Republican, on the road, we criticize. Okay? They can't get nothing right. Okay? Look at it now. White House, they're fighting over this and this and that. They're fighting over God knows what. You know what I'm saying? You know? I mean, look at it. Our country's a mess. Okay? We all have to face the fact that our country is a fucking mess. Okay? Alright? That's what we have to. It's a mess. Pardon my language, but it's a mess. It's an absolutely mess. I refrain from that. Okay? Pardon my swearing. Okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to swear, but you know something? But sometimes you have to look at it. Look at where we are. You know what I'm saying? We look at where we are. Okay? You have look at where we are. Okay? We are, okay, prices, food prices, okay, are up there. Okay? You know, people, I see the food prices. People talk to me all the time. Okay? People talk to me all the time about food prices. Okay? People talk to me about bags. People talk to me about plastic bags. People talk to me about a lot of things out here in the community. You know, and I said, look, hey, you know what? I cannot do anything about bags, okay? Some of the stores like the Dollar Tree, they got bags. Okay? They got bags. A lot of the other stores, they also got bags too. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Whether we like it or not, it is what it is. Okay? We ourselves, okay, cannot do anything to stop it. Okay? We can't. Okay? But the only thing we can do is fight back. That's what we can do. But sooner or later, I'm gonna put it to you this way. Sooner or later, plastic bags will come back. Sooner or later. Okay? In all the stores. Sooner or later. Because you want to know why? Because a lot of stores does not want to lose business. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying it is because Shaw's, Market Basket, they still have their plastic bags. So it can't be the law that bad. You know what I'm saying? It can't be the law that bad if they still have their plastic bags. Okay? So, I mean, it can't be. Market Basket, I go there because you want to know why? You know why I go there? Okay? I go there for the coffee. I go there for the Danishes. I go there because they have a cafe. Okay? That's why I go there. Okay? The reason why I go to Shaw's? Because the steaks are cheap over there. Okay? That's why I go to Shaw's. Okay? I go shopping everywhere. Okay? Everywhere. I go shopping everywhere. All right? Okay? I go to all these Market Basket. I go where is the best prices. Okay? And if Aldi's doesn't have the best prices, I won't go there. Okay? 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 Even if I do work at Stop and Shop, but I mean, I'll only go to Stop and Shop for certain things that I do need. You know what I'm saying? Because they do have certain sales over there. Okay? So they do have good sales over there. You know what I'm saying? But, that's as far as I'm going to go with this. They do have a lot of sales over there. They do. I mean, I'm not going to say they don't just because I work there. Okay? But they do have a lot of sales over there. And I'll be frank about that. Okay, there is sales though. I saw some good sales over there on ice cream. I saw some good, even when I walk through the store, I see a lot of good sales going on over there. Sometimes they got good sales on eggs over there. Sometimes they got good sales on bacon. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, hey, you know, you know, like my mother always said. Okay, you never shop in one place. Okay, go shop everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just go shop everywhere. We got nine. There's nine. We got 9 different options where to go shop. Okay, hey, you know what I'm saying? We do. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, my parents. Okay, been shopping at Stop and Shop for a very long time. Okay, my father when he was alive, my mom, my grandmother. Something. I remember the first Stop and Shop that opened. Okay, opened up on Robin Street. Okay, and something. As soon as we heard that Stop and Shop was opening up at Rodman Street, guess what? We called it our go-to store because you want to know why? Because Stop and Shop is a great franchise. Okay, with the Dutch is on it. Dutch. You know what I'm saying? It's a Dutch franchise. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. And something? And don't get me wrong. They got good quality meat over there. Okay? At Stop and Shop. Okay? Doesn't matter what one you go to, they got quality meat over there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but it's the prices. The prices over there and in all the markets are not good. Okay, that's why. So I'm hoping that the inflations go down. So down a little bit more than usual. Cost of living is up there sky high. Social Security is changing the actual codes on everything. You know what I'm saying? So Stop and Shop was always one of the best places to go shopping. Okay, you know why? Because when we were kids growing up, my parents, okay, loved to go shopping over there. My mother, my father, my grandmother, we loved to spend money over there, at Stop and Shop. Okay, I come from a family. Okay, I come from a family of good people. Okay, that's how I do it. I come from a family. Okay, that were also business people. Okay, and something. My father. Okay, worked for Sealsack Company. Okay, when he was when I was younger. Okay, he worked for Sealsack. Okay, did you know that my father was paid $1 an hour? Okay, $1 an hour before he got his first raise, because we were poor. Okay, we were the poorest family. No, something. I'm gonna tell you, okay. Before you judge somebody, you get to know them. Okay, get to know them. Okay, before you open your mouth and say anything, you get to know them. Okay, you once you get to know the person. Okay, I lived. We were poor. Okay, all right. I'm gonna sit and tell you the story about my family. Okay, my family, we were poor. Okay, my mom was living off a welfare check. Okay, didn't have enough. Had a very little for food. Had very little. She only had enough to pay the rent and keep the lights on. Okay, and the gas. Okay, let me tell you, during the blizzard of '78. Okay, I went out and shoveled snow. Okay, for my parents. Okay, I came home with 100. I'm gonna say the rough off the top of my head, about $109. Okay, I went home. I told my mom. I says, "Here, mom, take this. Okay, this is for you." She said, "No, you keep it. You earned it. You keep it." I said, "No, it's for the family. We do need it." Okay. Then I went out again after supper. She says, "We going?" I says, "I'll be back." I went over to the hardware store that we had next to us. I walked in and I said, "Excuse me, sir." He says, "Son," he says, "what can I do for you?" I said, "Well, do you need, your sidewalk shovel? I'll, shovel it for money." And at first he said no. So I said, "Excuse me again, sir. Could you, can you hear me out for a moment?" He says, "Well, go right ahead." And I told him about the story about my family, my mom and I, my family, my mom and I being poor. Okay. So he goes, "Oh," he says, "I'm so sorry, to hear that." I said to him, I says, "Does that include the change your that will that change your mind?" He says, "Certainly, absolutely." He says, "Do you have a shovel?" I says, "I have one right here." He says, "Go out and shovel the front of my store and on the side." And he said to me, he goes, "Son," he says, "when you come back in." He says, he says, "I may have some more work for you." So I said, "Okay." So after I was done, salting everything down, shoveling, I went inside. Okay, this is heartbreak. Okay, this hurts. Okay, and I said, and he said to me, he says, "I want you to call your mom." So I says, "Okay." I called my mom because my mom knew the store owner. Okay, and I told my mom, "Mom, hey, the guy that owns the hardware store, he has more work for me to do at his place, his house and everything." So my mom said, "Well, do you feel comfortable or going?" I said, "Yes." So he says, "Well, I'm going to lock up my store. You're going to come with me. You're going to bring your shovel, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do." So I went over there. I went with him, went over to the house. He says, "I got two cars here." He says, "I want you to shovel my sidewalk from where I live up around the corner just a little bit, just a little bit." And he says, "When you're done," he says, "come go clean the cars off full of snow." So I said, "All right." So I actually did that. You know what I'm saying? I was shoveling everything. His wife comes home. His wife says, "Hey, honey, who's that young man?" He says, "This young man came into my store and said that, at first I told him no, but he told me a story that his mom was poor, and he told me a story about his mom was poor." So I said, "Okay." So that's why he's here. So the wife and him, they went upstairs. They made dinner. Okay, they made dinner, and I was outside cleaning up the car doing this. The wife turned around and said, "Hey, open a window and ask that young man if he wants to come upstairs and eat with us." And and they asked me, they said, "Do you want to come up and eat?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "Why not?" I went upstairs. They were having chicken, mashed potatoes, and some coleslaw, some beans, and things like that. I mean, they had plenty of food on the table. I was like, "Oh my god!" I said, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "There's so much food over here." They said, "Hey, eat, enjoy yourself. Take off those wet jacket. You know what I'm saying? Gloves and everything else. Go hang them go hang them on the door." I says, "All right, fine." So I did, and so I sat at the table. I was eating. After I was done eating, we had a conversation. We talked, and they says, "Are you ready to go home?" I said, "Yes." So the wife says, "Do you want me to take him home, back home to his house, or do you?" He says, "Wait a second." He says, I got something to give this young man." He went inside the room, went into his drawer, pulled out an envelope. He says, "Young man," he says, "there's $350. He says, "I hope this helps you and your family." Okay? "I hope it helps you and your family." And I looked at it and I said, "Thank you." I says, "This is this is cool." Okay, "This is cool. I love it." I had tears coming down my eyes. Okay. I went and I got a ride home, right? I went home, I told my mom. I says, "Mom, look at this. Remember the guy in the hardware store? $350. I said, "Now we got enough to buy food, pay some of the bills, right? Food, pay some of the bills, and and buy me, we still have extra money. Buy me some good T-shirts to wear for school, clothes and stuff." Let me tell you something. I will tell this story over and over again, because you want to know why? Because this is a true story. It happened, and then it happened. You know, that's why I said you don't go and judge people. Okay, you don't go and judge somebody unless you know what you well unless you know what this their side of the story, this what they're going through. Okay, never judge anybody. Okay, never. Okay, so that's the story about my parents being poor. Just to let you know. Whether you whether you know whether you want to hear that or not, that's up to you. Because one day you'll be poor. Okay, and let's see how you manage that. Because I'm going to tell you something. The way this the way these prices are going up now, and prices are going up now, you ain't gonna be able to afford anything. Okay, you probably ain't gonna be able to afford rent. So don't go and judge. Don't judge. Don't judge anyone. People that are on a corner that beg for money, beg for food and everything. You know something? That's what made me help others. Because of me being poor, that's what made me help others. So you can't go around and judge and criticize other people. Because I'm going to tell you something. God is watching. And the prices are now, the prices of food that's going up. It's going up even further, up and up and up and up. One day you be telling your story when you are poor and you can't afford it. So that's my message for today. So I want everybody. Well, I know there was a few people that was listening. I know James was listening. James Kilgus was listening from Somerset. So I know he was. I know Silver Bullet was listening. Silver Bullet was listening. I know, but maybe he has to go back to work or something. I don't know. But hey, you know what? I appreciate them listening. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that will give them give everybody something to think about because the prices are going up, up and up and up. So okay, so I just want to let everybody know. Have a nice day and take care.